Okay, we'll make a start. So evening, everybody. Feel free if you want to stick on your video. There's a small group of us, which is cool. I hope that it means that people can ask questions and any kind of interaction or anything like that. Quiva, in a second, you can run through just how we'll accept questions and stuff like that, maybe during and afterwards. But what I'd say, because we have a small crew, don't be afraid anybody to raise a hand and to ask a question during it as well. You know, we're not worried. We'll accept any questions, and you know, ask them during it at the relevant times, because sometimes you forget them afterwards. Hi Alan and all the lads, plenty of our DSS crew. How's it going? Okay, so we're going to run through some of the RYPT software. So as part of DSS, I think most people here are DSS, so you get 2 months free access to some of the software, and Cormac will go through that afterwards. The other thing is we have our own online training that we're launching tonight, and a few other little things. If anybody hasn't had a listen to the podcast, make sure you have a listen. Rob Pacey, he's quite a big name in the UK S&C world. Maybe he's not as well known in Ireland, but he's definitely well known over in the UK and around the world. And with myself and Ross did a really interesting interview with him about the S&C world in general, looking at his playing career as well and stuff like that. So check out that. We're hoping that tomorrow that we're going to launch the GA planner. So with the GA season starting back very soon, starting from Wednesday, I believe, yeah. So Wednesday, social distancing training, and then from Monday, the full-on contact training, which has been changed a couple of times. So myself and Ross have been doing a good bit of work behind the scenes, just developing that over the last couple of weeks. So that should be ready to launch tomorrow, I hope, by tomorrow night. So just keep an eye on the homepage of dailysportscience.com and you'll find it there. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen now and get this presentation up and running. See.
And lads, again, if you want to ask any questions, work away you see the chat box down the bottom of your screen. Just throw them in there, and either myself or Ben will make sure they get answered. Or again, look, we'll only present for a short while. So if you want to hang on and ask questions at the end, you're more than welcome.
Okay, great. Thanks, Quiva. And I should have, hold on, let's see. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so we titled it From Coach to Athlete, Engaging Your Players and Clients Using DSS and also RYPT. And RYPT have been involved with us now for the last few months with Cormac. Oops, there we go. With Cormac, so they came on board for the last month and supported us with the podcast, which is brilliant because it allows us to continually get good content out there as much as possible. Also, you'll see on the blog section of the website, there's loads of information about what RYPT do and the kind of services they provide. It's a really interesting business. I particularly wanted to kind of build a collaboration there because I like building collaborations with kind of young, dynamic, innovative companies and businesses. And I spotted Cormac and lads with RYPT initially through their work with Kerry GA. And I thought, okay, well, if the system being used by David Clifford and Sean O'Shea and some of those lads is top notch, and if it's good enough for them, well then brilliant, let's get involved with them with DSS as well. So I was delighted then to build a collaboration over the last few months. It takes a bit of work behind the scenes, but we're delighted with that. Cormac will touch on some of the things then that means. So we'll speak about that. Cormac then will introduce RYPT, how it can help, and then the main part really will be the product demo. And I think for anybody here who is definitely an S&C coach or a sports scientist and even a coach as well, I think that's particularly interesting. And I love the system. I think it's brilliant. If it wasn't good, I'd say it and we wouldn't be collaborating, but I love it. I think it's really, really top notch. I know that a lot of professional soccer clubs over here like Arsenal and some of them, this is the very same system really as they're using with some other companies in the UK. So I'm delighted that we have access to it, and to start introducing it into the GA world, I think is brilliant. Then then we'll give a bit of information then about how you can engage, and there's a few different kind of ways of doing that, and then finish with Q&A. But as Caoimhe said, make sure to pop up any questions during it. We're happy to answer everything. So Cormac then is the founder of RYPT. He'll be speaking in a minute. Also, you may have noticed on the group and on Twitter that with DSS, we brought in Ben Smalley, who's a sports scientist with Queen's Park Rangers as well. So he's come in and he's working with us. And then Caoimhe Morris then is head of education with DSS, also a sports scientist and coach. And the two lads have been doing all the work as regards the webinars and putting out all that information every week about what webinars are going on, how to register for them and everything like that. So they've done Trojan work. They're also going to be tapping into the online training as well, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to make sure and speak very short time because I want to let the software and the service and everything speak for themselves rather than me speaking about it. So between DSS and RYPT, there are 3 options then. There's one for S&C coaches. Cormac will go through that in a second. So that's where your S&C coach then can actually access the RYPT software themselves. So if you're an S&C coach with a team, you can access that software. Cormac will go through the details, but you can get 2 months free access with it. You can invite at least one person at the beginning where you can just play around and test out things, but then you can also start inviting more clients, more players, more athletes as well. So that's really, really cool. So we've done that ourselves. I'll jump down to number 2. So number 2, first of all, what we're doing with that is we're about to launch in the coming weeks, like 6 weeks programs. So 6 weeks program from DSS through RYPT. So what that will be is you'll have 6 weeks of your strength sessions, your power sessions, your conditioning sessions, and a player then will be able to log into that. They'll get their own account through RYPT, and then you'll be able to complete all those sessions each day for that 6-week period. And the S&C coach from our side then will be able to see that, see the loadings, the reps, the sets, and then advise accordingly. Now, the good thing with that for coaches and for managers is that the manager, in a few weeks, we're going to be able to launch it with Cormac. The manager and the coach will have X amount of redemption codes with that. So say, for instance, you have 20 players on a team and you want to give this gym program, this kind of online gym program to those players. Well, then you purchase those 20 redemption codes, and then you'll be able to redeem them for whoever amount of players that you want. On the other hand, if you want to just do it yourself, you can do it just yourself as well. So it's really cool. It looks amazing. I think it's a really good way of kind of getting people to stick to a program for 6 weeks, and it's going to be good stuff. The last one then is for player athletes and then individuals. For these are people who basically want to do the training themselves. And that's where Ben and Caoimhe will come into it, and they'll speak about it in a minute, whereby that's individual online training for people. So you'll get your exercises, your videos, and that will be 3 or 4 sessions per week over a 1 or 3 month period, and however long you want. So that's where you want to do online training yourself. So really the important thing is that there's a bit for everybody. So if you're an S&C coach, there's a great option for you. If you're a coach or a manager and maybe S&C and gym design programs is not your thing as much, there's an option there for you in the coming weeks. And then if you're somebody who just wants to get fit and wants help with that, whether there's people on this webinar or not, I don't know, but there's probably plenty of other people who might watch the video afterwards, then there's an option for you as well. Okay, Cormac, I might pop it over to you. I'm going to stop sharing that screen if you want to take over and give a little bit more information.
Sure, will do. Thanks, Kieran, for that. Thanks for the intro. And yeah, it's great to be collaborating with DSS firstly, you know, and offering, I guess, you know, a special offer to the DSS members who might like to use our platform, but then also helping collaborate. So, you know, you have the different service offerings in terms of the teams or individuals who want to get programs or S&C expertise if they don't have them in their club already. So yeah, that's been great. And thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. And so I'll just share my screen now and take it from there then. I do have, there we go. Okay, so just go full screen. Can you see that okay now there?
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
Great stuff. Yeah, so I'll just give a bit of an intro to what the platform is. So we launched the platform nearly 18 months ago now. And RYPT really is a platform that connects coaches with their clients or their athletes. So it's targeted really at S&C coaches, but it also allows S&C coaches to collaborate with other coaches, be that a head coach of a club or a manager or a physio in the club. So all of the coaches can interact on the platform. The S&C coaches can create individualized workout programs for the players and deliver them to a smartphone app, or also we have dashboards in the product as well if you are actually training one-to-one with an individual or a group when we get back to that. And it helps them monitor their workout data, but also their training load from their workouts, but also their other activities, be that training sessions, skill sessions, matches, and also their well-being data through a daily questionnaire. So it gives coaches really a total overview of all the data they need on their players to help them optimize performance then and track their progress. So really how RYPT can help in terms of for an S&C coach or a club is it can help them manage large groups of athletes and then offer those athletes more individualization in terms of their programming. So we have some smart metrics in there that will actually individualize the program when it's sent to a specific athlete based on their fitness levels. It helps you really provide clients and athletes with a clear schedule of what needs to be done in terms of their gym work, and then also support them with exercise videos and other notes and tips when you're not actually training them in person. Then for a coach, it helps you get a total view of your clients and athletes' activities, so you can then manage their loads and their well-being to see how they're responding to that training, so you can prevent injuries and optimize performance. And then it really helps you kind of streamline all of your collaboration between the coaches and the physios on the team. So you can all be on the platform. You can see what one another are doing in terms of the programming, and also how the players are responding in terms of tracking the compliance, and also all their other data, which I'll show you now. So I'll just jump straight into, I guess, a demo of the site. So I'm going to give quite kind of high level overview. If questions pop up, as the guys said, please feel free to jump in and ask, or I'm happy to follow up with anyone after this for a more detailed demo if you want to. So when you create an account with us, you'll have your trainer profile, which is at the moment just your contact details. You can hook up your social media and that, and a short bio about yourself. This at the moment is just for the athletes that you have connected to you, but this will be expanding now, that Kieran was saying, as we're launching more features in terms of online programming offerings and helping coaches actually sell and monetize their programs as well. And then everything is linked back to what we call in the product a gym, but this could be set up for a team just as easily. So yeah, you can basically put all your own branding on the gym. So everything that's sent out to the players through the app would be coming from your team with all your own branding on it. And here, as you can see, you can add multiple trainers to that gym. So you can have an S&C coach, a physio, a head coach, all collaborating on the platform and monitoring the players or the athletes. So we have a users section, which is basically, at the moment, you invite your users, be that your players, to join you on the platform. So it's very simple. You click invite them, and you invite them using their email address. They'll get an invite to join the app, and then once they're joined up, you can then create workouts and send them to them and monitor their performance. So you can manage your different athletes in training groups, be that for different squads or different groups within the squads that are in the same program, and that just makes it very easy to both send programs out to the players in groups, and then also to monitor them afterwards in terms of the analysis feature. So each player, you can see, if you click into their profile, you'll see like a dashboard that's a snapshot of all the data that you're collecting on that player. So we can track their body composition, either through the site here or through the app as well. And then you have like a records section, which is basically you can select any exercise that you've prescribed to them in a program and recorded data for, and you can see their current exercise records here, or a snapshot of their personal best in there. So this is all driven by what what exercises you add to your workouts and the metrics that you record for those exercises. Then you have a lifestyle dashboard, which is their well-being questionnaire. So the players, I'll show you all this in the app as well in a minute, but the clients and athletes would get a daily questionnaire that asks them about their sleep duration, their mood, their energy levels, their stress, and their muscle soreness. So simple 1 to 5 answers and 1 to 12 for their sleep duration question. And then you would get a quick kind of traffic light overview of their today, 7-day and 28-day average, so you can see how they're trending, and then you can look into more detail on this on the analysis section. And then you have like a workouts dashboard, which is basically you can track all of the workouts that have been sent to this user in a specific time period and how many they've completed. Then for anything the athletes have actually completed, you can go in and you can view all the data in more detail. And for anything that hasn't been completed, you can actually go in and edit the workouts in real time. So this is one of the big kind of collaboration features we have. Works great with physios working with teams, for example. If a player gets injured, that the physio can just go in ahead of time, see what is programmed for that player and make the necessary tweaks, rather than the guys kind of showing up and saying, I can't do this, can't do that. So it really, you know, just streamlines that whole communication. So then we have an exercise database in the product that is basically you have a list of, when you sign up initially, I think there's maybe 750 exercises or so in there. And this is what you would create your workouts from. But you can also create any new exercise or edit anything that we've created in there. So we do have about 140 or so exercise technique videos as well. And again, these can be edited and you can upload your own videos if you have your own personal branded videos or anything like that. It's a great way to get your own kind of coaches and your own face into the app. But they're there for you if you want to use them. So I'll just show you quickly how you create or edit an exercise. So you basically give it a name and select a muscle group. This is where you would upload an exercise video, and you can add default metrics here. So we have, at the moment in the platform, we have 19 different metrics that you can both program with and record from your athletes. So yeah, there's a lot of flexibility there basically to monitor anything you want to. So in as much depth, or you can actually go quite simple and just track workout compliance as well. So then in the workout section, this is basically your list of workout templates that you have created, and then you can either send these out on their own or else build them into programs, which is like a scheduled training block with multiple workouts and other content in there as well. So yeah, you would create workout templates, and then when these are sent out to the athletes, they're basically they can be individualized to each individual athlete when they're sent out. So I'll just show you kind of an example of a pre-built template to give you an idea about what the workout builder can do. So you would create a workout. You just give it a name, whatever you like yourself, and you can add a description for your athletes there if you like, to tell them, you know, what the goals of the workout are or how they should be completed. And then you would add your exercises into different groupings basically. So I'll click on add exercise here, and keep in mind this is a pre-built workout, but you add these exercise groupings and add the exercises to those groupings to define your workout and how it should be completed basically. So you can create you know, a big variety of workout templates quite quickly in this feature. So then when the exercises are added, you just click, the groupings are added in tabs here, you click in here, and it works very similarly to an Excel sheet. Then you click and you add the metrics and the values that you want to prescribe to your athletes basically. And then these will be tracked by the athlete in the app. And so you have a quick kind of workout summary here, and that will give you that view of what your athletes will see in the app, so you know that you've created everything correctly basically. So then, as I was saying, you can send them out individually, or else you can add them to programs with other content as well. So we have this content feature. At the moment, this is basically a library where you can upload PDFs and share them with your athletes as part of their programs. So it's a great thing to be used for, you know, nutrition plans or other kind of cardio or conditioning sessions that you don't necessarily want to monitor in detail. Or, you know, also we've seen it used for, you know, pitch session training plans if you want to share that with the players in advance of a pitch session. You know, it's really flexible in that sense. And we are adding video content to this as well, so you'll be actually able to upload video content here and share that with your clients in workouts or just as part of a program as well. So then the programs feature is basically where you pull all of this together and you create blocks of training that you want to share with your athletes in one go. Again, I'll just click in and show you a pre-built template here just to give you an idea. So you give the program your own name and you select the number of weeks that you want the program to run for. Then you jump into the builder here and you can basically add the workout templates and content that you want to add to build up your program. So any day you can click in here to add a workout or a piece of content, and that's how you would build up your programs. So you're basically building up a schedule to share with your athletes or your clients. So then if you pop in just to send program, for example, here you select your users. So you can select a user group. This is great if you're working with a squad that's on the same program. So you could click in and select all of the users in one go, or else if you're just working with individuals, you can click in and select the individual or multiple individuals to send it out to. So I'll just do it for one guy, for example, here. So then you can go to next, then you're selecting a date. So you're basically placing the program on that individual or group's calendar. So in the case of a program, you just select a start date. With a workout, you can select multiple dates, but say we wanted the program to start today, Monday the 22nd. Then the last step, it will just show you who you're sending it to and the duration of the program and the dates. So you click send program, and then all of that, in this case, a 6-week block of workouts has gone out to your clients or athletes. So again, you can track all of this through a list of sent programs, and you have a lot of functionality here. You can click in and see who it has been sent to, and you can add users to the program or cancel it. And then if you want to track things in more detail, you also have this sent workouts feature, which literally is a list of all the workouts you've sent, and you can filter it by target date and go in. Say, for example, this one that was just sent today was this workout here. So you can click in, you would see a list. If you had sent this to a whole squad, you would see the whole list. And you would see the status of the workouts, and if the guys have added their training load, that can be done here as well. So I'll just open up the app now and kind of show you how that all interacts here. So 1 second, just connect this. So then when your clients or athletes open up the app, they will basically see their schedule. So they'll see their weekly calendar here, and then whatever day they've selected, they'll see their workouts, their lifestyle questionnaire, their content, or their activity for that given day. So they can also then, so you can see any day circled in orange here up the top is a day that they have a workout scheduled, and this will change to blue when they've completed it. So then they can jump out to their calendar here and they can actually see, a detailed schedule of what they have coming up, and then also a look back at their compliance and what they've done over the previous weeks. So for their workouts, if they have a workout scheduled that day, they click in. This is where the branding of the business or the team will come in. So everything again comes from that business or team and the coach that it came from. So they click in then and they can see their detailed workout. So this is all down to what the coach has built in the platform. But the athlete can then click in. You can see, in this case, a warm-up that can be very basic and just have sets and reps. Or if we go in and you want to do something more detailed, you can look at, adding, in this case, percentage max, so you would program in percentage max into your programs, and when you send out the workout, it will actually take that user's 1 rep max for hex bar deadlift and give them a specific kilo value to lift. So it just takes out the guesswork for the athletes and helps you individualize your programs much easier as well. So then also for each exercise, they can click in to the video icon here, and they can see an exercise technique video if they don't know how to do the exercise. They can also see their training diary, so that's like a history of what they've done for that exercise. So if you haven't prescribed a specific load, that they can go back and they can see what they did last week and know what they should be lifting. And they can also see their records for other current records for each exercise. So they would see their workout summary here, and then they go to complete screen when they want to actually complete the workout and save their data. So this is all pre-populated with anything the coach has prescribed, but then the athlete can go in and change anything basically that they've done differently. So they have full capability here to, you know, add and remove sets, or add a note if they want to share a specific note with the coach to give them feedback. Then when they've filled out all their data, they just click Save Workout. They would select the duration of their workout and their workout load. So say 1 hour. And they can add a note again if they want to feedback something to their coach about their load, and they click Submit, and that will save their workout. So the coach can see all that data, see that the athlete has completed the workout, and see all their data, and the athlete can get feedback straight away about their workouts, how many they've completed, the load from the workout, the total volume, and if they've set any new records there, they'll be able to click in and see what those records are as well. So very quickly, we'll look at the lifestyle questionnaire. So that's just a 5-question well-being questionnaire where they can rate their sleep duration, their mood, their energy levels, their stress, and their muscle soreness. And they can also add a note to their well-being questionnaire if they have any more feedback for the coach there. Then they'll get quick stats on their well-being, so their readiness score for the day versus their 7-day average, and they'll also get tips to improve anything that they've answered at 3 or below. And they can click in and view a full report of how they're trending on each of the answers for the last 28 days, basically. Then the content feature that I was talking about in the site, where you can upload PDFs, they would be able to view the PDF here, so that will load directly inside the app here for a specific day. And they also have an activity logger, so this is where they can log training loads for other sessions, be that, you know, a cardio session or a pitch session or a match, so the coach can get the full overview there. Then other kind of features of the app would be just the user profile, where they can add their contact details and then go in and actually log all their body weight measurements and that as well. And all of this data then is tracked over time and fed back to the coach through the website. So I'll very quickly, just to finish, give you a little look at the analysis feature that kind of ties all of this together.
Cormac, sorry, just stop it. Yeah, there's just a question from Bobby. Can the coach add a module or a question to the wellness section?
At the moment, no. At the moment, it's just a template that we provide. We do have plans to allow custom, I guess, form creation, so you could create your own custom questionnaires, but we don't offer it at the moment, no.
Okay, thanks.
It's just that template. So yeah, in the analysis section, then this basically pulls together all of the data that you're pulling, or that you're recording on all of the users that are connected to your gym. So we have different tabs in here for workout compliance, training volume, training load, lifestyle, records, and we have body composition launching soon. So all of this data is tracked over time, and you can select timeframes and select the users that you want to view basically in these views. So you start off by selecting a training group if you've set one up, so you could look at a full squads data, or you can just look at all the athletes. And then you would go in and select the dashboard you want to view. So in this case, workout compliance, and you select the time frame that you want to view. So for the different dashboards, we have different options, but you can also just select custom or from one of our default options. So for example, if you select last month for workout compliance and all the athletes, this is showing you for all the workouts you've sent to all of the athletes in your gym, this is the compliance rate. And you can go in, you can sort by the different columns here. And if you select, say, an individual, you can view their data on that graph to view just their compliance rate, or you can, you can compare multiple individuals on the same graph, in this case. So that's quite a simple one in terms of workout compliance, but we also have training volume, which basically pulls in the total reps, total volume in kg, and then the average intensity for all of the athletes that you're tracking. And we have a training load dashboard, which shows all the RPE and all the activity data here. So we have your training loads, your RPE, your total minutes, and if you're looking at a period of longer than 7 days, we also have monotony tracked strain and also acute to chronic workload ratio here. So you have your graphs, and then you also have a data in a table basically here that you can look at for the athletes. So then we have the lifestyle questionnaire analysis, where you can see the readiness scores along with each individual question. And the table here down the bottom will show you a quick kind of traffic light overview of that day, and also their 7-day readiness tracked. And then finally, we have the record section, where you can select any exercise that you've recorded data on, and you can see the records for that exercise. So see bench press, for example, and you will see progress tracking here. So again, with all these dashboards, it initially shows you an average for the group you've selected, but you can go down to your table then, and you can compare individuals as well on the same graph. And if you select that, it will change. So yeah, that I guess is a very quick overview of the platform. So as I said, happy to take questions now or to follow up with people afterwards again. But I'll just jump back to the slides then, and finish off with, so that's the demo, and finish off with the offer that we're offering DSS members, and anyone on the call tonight as well. We'll be sharing the link with afterwards. But basically, if you are an S&C coach or physio, or even a head coach of a team that is looking at bringing in some S&C expertise to work with the team, and you can sign up to the platform completely for free. And if you sign up via the DSS link, you'll also get your 2-month free trial when you start up. So the product is basically priced based on the number of athletes you require to be linked to you on the platform, but you'll get your first 2 months free there, regardless of the numbers you need there. So yeah, I think that is it for me, and I will hand over to
Cormac. Frank Ryan has just asked about, we can probably answer this together, I suppose. Who is this aimed at? Is it pro club, GA clubs, or what?
No, it's all sports. We have kind of, I guess, a wide range of sports people using the product, but also all levels. We do really, I guess the product idea definitely came out of frustration kind of in amateur sports, where clubs don't always have the budget or expertise to work with a full-time S&C coach, and we were used to getting big Excel files emailed out to us. But so we do, I guess there's a range of customers that we have, and we are definitely trying to pitch the product at amateur level as well, and clubs who, I guess, want to improve their processes and improve their performance.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in terms of that, Frank, so, and we'll go through it in 1 second. Cormac, if you stop sharing your screen, I'll just go through it. So you've got that, where you've got your S&C coaches who can adapt that and use it for their club, or county teams or whatever, but even for club players. But also then the 6-week planner that we're going to launch in a couple of weeks, that's basically like where we do all that work for you. So we design the whole 6-week plan, your gym programs, strength program, whatever it is. And then you can the players then can actually just use that and tap into the system, into the app, and they'll get shown what exercise to do in sessions like that. Yeah, just a follow-up question. So is it an upgrade on MetriFit? I don't, like, Cormac, I don't know. Can you answer that one?
Well, I don't know, can I say an upgrade, but definitely we're kind of, I guess, where we would say we're differentiated from someone like MetriFit is that we're trying to bring in the whole spectrum of, give you a full overview of your players or your athletes, you know, so including that functionality for creating programs and delivering them and monitoring the gym side of things, as well as just the well-being. And we do have plans to expand the product further on the kind of well-being side, as I was saying, to let you do, you know, custom questionnaires if that's what you want, but we're also looking at the integration of GPS and that in the future as well, and we're discussing those features at the moment.
Cormac can't probably say it, but I probably can't. In some ways it is, because there's so much more functionality with it. And like, the thing that I like about Frank is like that you can get your players input in their wellness questionnaire, their RPEs, and like anybody, I suppose, who thinks that that's not coming into the club game, like it is, because it's all there in the inter-county game, and it's filtering down to it's with the big clubs now already, but it's already filtering down to everybody else.
I guess if we think about you know, customers or potential customers that we're talking to, I guess a big pain point is that some clubs are starting to use just products that offer just the S&C side of things, and then using something like MetriFit as well, but then the athletes have to have two apps and be inputting everything on two apps, and so to bring everything to one platform and give you kind of a one-stop shop, you know, and improve that experience for the athlete and the coach as well, not have to be jumping between two platforms, you know.
I think the nice thing as well is that the kind of collaboration between us, because we thought, like DSS, we thought about designing an app like this, but we're using Cormac's and RYPT instead, and then we can bring some of the expertise of the training and the gym sessions and everything like that. So actually kind of adding them together, I think, works really well, Cormac, doesn't it?
Yeah, so, definitely. And it's trying to, I guess, you know, improve that service for coach or for lower level clubs who couldn't have a full-time S&C coach. So you're still getting that expertise and the experience that the top level teams are getting through a platform like this. Not necessarily as much kind of hands-on face-to-face time, but you're still getting that, you know, improved service.
Yeah. Alan Devan, Cormac is just asking, does it contain a nutrition section?
Not at the moment. So we do again have plans for an actual nutrition feature, but that's kind of much further down the road, because nutrition in itself is a beast, you know. But what we have done is, the content feature, like a lot of our customers have been using for sharing PDF meal plans and that with their clients, you know.
Yeah, so I think Queeve and Ben afterwards might just run through with that. I'm just going to quickly go back to the presentation, because I think it'll help kind of answering those few questions as well, about who's it aimed for and everything like that. You can see that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Went through them. Yeah, so this is the second one then. So the first one was for your S&C coach. And Frank, this probably answers yours and other people as well, whereby like this will allow you to use this software and this service with a club team, no matter how small, because we're actually going to do the work for you. So we're designing at the moment our 6-week plans of gym sessions and conditioning and everything like that. And I suppose the best way to think of it is that you're taking the programs that Ross is sending out each week on a Sunday night with all the fitness and the gym sessions, but you're actually digitizing it so that all that information will come through the app. So all your players will have to do then is just create their account in the app, and they'll get all that information on a day-to-day basis. So they know exactly on Tuesday they have to do 4-minute runs, their gym session and some technical work. On Friday they need to do shorter intensive work. So it'll all be there exactly what they need to do on each particular day. That will be like, we haven't done a price plan for that, but that's going to be like a really, really good price plan for people, I think, that they can then share with their team. So You can start whenever you want. It'll all be available through the app, and then obviously be designed by Ben, Quiva, Ross, myself. So that'll be quite interesting in the coming weeks. The last one then, Quiva, do you want to just speak about that?
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so what we were saying obviously is that you have one kind of higher level where you can just buy a 6-week program, but then we're also looking to cater to kind of individual athletes or players or just general population as well. So the idea here is that you get a 3 or a 4 day kind of program, initial consultation with either myself or Ben or one of the guys here at DSS. A consultation over Zoom. We have a look at what your needs are, what sport you're playing, maybe what you're looking to get out of your season, what time of the season it is, and just try to create a really well-rounded program, conditioning, strength program, to help you get better at your sport. Or just, again, if you're general population, you're just looking to get a little bit fitter. So along with the 6-week kind of base programs for teams, we're also looking to hit the individuals as well. So yeah, it'd be myself and Ben looking after that, but again, very individualized for that specific person's needs, and just help you improve your game.
Okay, great. Ben, anything to just add about you've been working the system the last couple of weeks and everything? Just any little bits of information?
Yeah, 100%. The app in general is just very easy to use, so it's very user friendly. But as Quiva said, we want to stress that the individualized, personalized program is very individual. So when we go through that consultation process, we will sort of comprise information across, your typical, for an athlete, their typical microcycle. We're not going to be dishing out generic programs. So it's going to be very tailored. And as Cormac has shown, it's an excellent product, but very easy to use. So very, very user friendly, but it'll be a fantastic service for sure.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. And then the last bit on that. So we've 4 different options really. It's a personal training for a month or personal training for a 3 month, and that's a rolling contract that you just cancel at any stage. So it's kind of like the DSS. So with the personal training, it's 3 sessions per week. You get at least 1 Zoom chat, interactive chat or session with your personal trainer each month. And then the sessions can comprise either gym, conditioning, recovery, whatever you, as the lads say, your individual needs are. And then there will be some nutritional support as much as possible, as well as regards meal plans and everything like that. So that's a 1 and a 3 month contract. And then for the athletes, it's a little bit more. So that will be 4 sessions a week, and that will be with a kind of dedicated S&C coach. So be a bit more about performance and, I suppose just higher level, I guess, and it'll be dedicated to that person, so their individual needs. And again, that's a 1 month and a 3 month. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly just give you a quick look. Last thing, before any kind of last questions, just going to show you. Hope it comes up okay. Just over on the website, you can see that, guys. Can you?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, great. Okay, so that's just the home page. That's what I mentioned earlier, just about you can see my cursor, the GA training planner. So that should be up. The links are there, but it's by tomorrow night. Myself and Ross are doing a good bit of work at that at the moment, and that's for members and non-members. And this is the online training here. So we just put a little box on the home page, so it's easy for people to see, and just click into that and it'll bring you. You've seen all the information already. It's a new section on the website. I always put myself in trouble adding new things, don't I? So there's 4 different options, a little bit about just cancellation and everything like that. You get to listen to the great lilt of the Wexford lilt there, a bit of information about if you want. Gavin Morris and lads will love that. I'd say you can click into this then to find out a little bit more. I'll click in 1 second, Cormac, just about the personal training. And like Quiva and Ben said, a little bit more information. This is the kind of stuff that you're going to be getting on a day-to-day basis. And just the last thing is I might click in here. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, just a bit more information then from Cormac's side. Move that. Okay. And just about a little bit of information about RYPT. As I said at the beginning, They're providers for Kerry GA, from Swim Ireland. I don't think I mentioned that, which are obviously a brilliant organisation, and lots more information there about the benefit and everything like that. So really, like I said at the beginning, there's 3 options. If you're a manager or a coach, if you're an S&C coach, and then if you're a player or individual. And we hope to, well, we've got that launched, and then obviously over the next weeks and months, as always, we try and improve things and develop them at all stages. Okay, Cormac, is there anything else you wanted to mention, or?
No, I think that touches everything. I think, unless there are any other questions on anything.
Yeah, if anybody had any last shout outs, do give us a shout or give us a follow up. Just send it in a private message or on the group or Twitter or whatever you need. Thanks for everybody for dropping in. What we'll do, we kind of quite like these Monday evening slots. So we had the coaching masterclass last week on the Monday. We had another one on the Friday, and we're going to try and keep them going over the next couple of weeks. So do dial into that, and we'll see what we'll get going next Monday. But everybody, thanks very much for coming on. Frank and David and Michael and Bobby and Rosa and Alan and David and Shane and Peter and David, thanks very much. Brilliant to be logging on, and I appreciate it as always. Thanks, Michael. Okay, guys, we might end there, and we'll speak to everybody soon.
Great. Thanks, Kieran. Thanks, everybody.